Hi, Jerry here. Hey, today I'm going to do something a little bit different on the podcast. I want to give you some of the highlight things not to miss on the island of Tahiti. Now, most people look at Tahiti as just a pass through. I'm going to stay there a day or two while I'm going to go out to the outer islands, or I'm going to get on board a cruise ship or whatever. But the point being here is most people never really see the great stuff that Tahiti really has to offer. And there really is some spectacular things you really don't want to miss. In other words, renting a car for a whole day and circling the island, you're going to get to see a lot of these things here. Or getting a vendor to take you on a 4x4 into the interior of Tahiti. It's absolutely gorgeous. But let me start here by, we're going to go clockwise from Papeete. And a couple of things you're not going to want to miss are the James Norman Hall Museum. And it's before you get to the Pearl Resort on the island of Tahiti. And that's something it's interesting. You don't want to miss that. And if you keep on going clockwise, the next thing you're going to want to make sure you see is Venus Point. It's the original lighthouse that was constructed on the island of Tahiti here. It's been there for about over 150 years. Spectacular. So again, that's Venus Lighthouse, or they refer it to sometimes as Point Venus. So again, a great place to check out. You're going to see a great old lighthouse that just really is very cool. If you keep going around clockwise, you're going to come up to the next thing that's pretty cool. You're going to go through a tunnel. And you're going to go, okay, right after the tunnel, and I mean right after the tunnel, there's a place called the Arahoho Blowhole. Arahoho Blowhole. This is a place where the locals like to get married at. Spectacular, a wonderful blowhole, but it's real easy to miss the turnoff there for it. Sometimes you're going to go by it and you're going to go, oh, that's it, and you're going to have to turn around and come back, which sometimes is easier because now you're on the right side of the road after you've turned around to hit the off-ramp there for the Arahoho Blowhole. That's Arahoho Blowhole. That's a good one to make sure you see. Now, just past that, going clockwise again, you're going to come up to a little turnoff, and there is a little sign there on the road, and it'll say Three Cascades. Some people call it the Faramui waterfalls, but most people call it the Three Cascades. Now, what's very cool about this, these are some really nice waterfalls, and it's not that far off the road, and actually where you park your car, it's virtually, it can't be more than a 100-yard walk, maybe a 120-yard walk to get to the first waterfall, which is spectacular. There's a good trail up there. It's not that hard to get to. I go there quite often. It's a real nice waterfall. Probably, I'm going to guess probably a 300-foot drop. And again, if we've had a lot of rain, which usually is the case on the island of Tahiti, then you're going to have a lot of water coming across that waterfall. Nice pool. Sometimes the locals are in there and they'll go swimming, though there are signs there it says no swimming. But just know, a great waterfall that's really accessible. Now, continuing going clockwise, we're going to continue on, and I'm going to keep going all the way to another little waterfall here called Vaihi Waterfall. Vaihi Waterfall. Vaihi Waterfall. And it's virtually right next to the road there. You can't miss it. There's a couple of places to park and so forth. You can see it if you do a little Google search. That's Vaihi Waterfall. Vaihi Waterfall. A good one to just check out, grab a little snack, or just get out, stretch your legs and so forth. If you continue on, you're going to come to where the two islands come together. That's Tahiti Nui and Tahiti Iti. Now, The neat thing about Tahiti Iti, right there where these two islands or the two parts of the islands connect, there's a huge shopping center there, a large Carrefour supermarket. You can get a hot plate there, get some sandwiches. There's a McDonald's there if you want to do McDonald's. But the point here is there's a place to grab a little bite to eat that you're not going to get having to be spending too much money. Very accessible. But the big thing here is you want to go on Tahiti Iti, which is again the small part of Tahiti. And there's two roads as you go across the bridge. You're actually going to want to go to the one closest to the northeast. And let me see if I can see actually what it's called here. It's let's see if they got a name of the street here. Well, there is a Champion supermarket right there at this intersection, and a pharmacy on the other side of the intersection. But anyhow, there's a little road there, and you're going to want to make a left-hand turn on that road, or a right-hand turn if you went to the big Carrefour shopping center first, and drive down that road. And just stay on it. It goes through some houses and so forth, and you just want to stay on that and just keep going. Now, there are no resorts here. There's a couple of public beaches, which is very cool. A black sand beach, which you can go on and stroll on. A lot of times there's some locals there surfing or just swimming and so forth. But there are some black sand beaches for you to enjoy. It's called Plague Public. And you'll see a sign. You'll say, oh, look at that. Let's go down there. Anyhow, as you keep going along here, going down the road and keep on going, you're going to get to the end of the main village, or where the last main village is, which is called Tautaira. And it's a little village down there. And there's a little park there. Let me see if I can, because I'm looking at the map right now. It's called, I don't even see the name of it here. I've been to it a zillion times here. But you can't miss it as you get towards the end of the road here. It's where the river comes in, the Vaitepihaha. I know I'm messing up these pronunciations, but it's a great place there to stop and just park. And there's let's see here, if I can go in a little deeper here. And so if I can pick up a name here, there I can see where you can park. Anyhow, it's in this. You can't go much further on the road. It turns into a dirt road, and you really don't want to continue on much further and so forth, because it's it's a dirt road and it's not very passable and things like that. But anyhow, again, when you get to the end of the main road, and it's called Plague de Tutaira, and it's in the little village of Tautaira. And there's a place to park. You'll see a little area where there's like a little park and some parking in there. Great place to sit there. And again, no resorts here. This is where a lot of the local population live. It's way away from all the resorts on Tahiti Nui. But if you really want to see Tahiti in its natural form, you want to go to the Iti side, not the Nui side. You want to get to the Iti side, okay? So I know I don't have a script here. I am just going, just from what I'm looking at here on the map and everything else. Now go back down that road the way you came until you get to that little shopping center again where the big supermarket is and everything else. Go back on the main road. You'll be making a left on that road, and you'll go past the shopping center, and now you're actually on Tahiti Nui. And go on down there, and there's a couple of things you want to see down here. There's let's see here. There is, let me zoom in here a little bit further. There it is right there. There's the water, before you get there, there's the Harrison Smith Botanical Garden. And it'll be a turn that you make a left-hand turn from the main road as long as you're going clockwise. I've gone in there. It's spectacular. Great fauna, big trees. You can have a little snack there or take a little sandwich in there with you and enjoy it. Again, it's Harrison Smith Botanical Gardens. Okay, we're going to continue on clockwise, and the next thing you're not going to want to miss is the Water Gardens of Vaipahi. Water Gardens of Vaipahi. And that'll be on your right-hand side. There'll be some parking there, walking trails, a little waterfall in there, lots of great fauna in there and everything else. Wonderful place to take pictures and so forth. So again, Water Gardens Vaipahi. That's Vaipahi. Vaipahi. We're going to continue to go clockwise here. And the next thing you're going to want to go, because you're going to be traveling quite a ways here. And let me zoom out on the map here a little bit, because I am going all the way over to getting close to getting back towards Papeete here. There will be the Museum of Tahiti and the Islands. And this is, they charge like $5-10 to get in there. But culturally, lots of neat things in there to take advantage of and go forth. I've been in there a couple of times, and I got to tell you, I really enjoyed it. Because a lot of the stuff in there are some recreations, but there's a lot of the original stuff from hundreds of years ago. And it's very cool. Again, that's the Museum of Tahiti and the Islands, okay? And if you keep on going, which we will here, you're going to be back in there to getting close to the Intercontinental, and it gets to be a lot more traffic and so forth. But if you're going to want to stop and get some shopping done, some souvenir shopping, where you want to go for here is the Carrefour Puna Ahaha. Let me just spell it. Punaauia. That's Punaauia. That is the largest supermarket, or I call it like the Costco on the Big Island of Tahiti here. They got everything in there, but it's a great place if you're going to souvenir shop to take some things home like vanilla extract, vanilla beans, some things, perfume and things like that, that's all made here, or the Tahiti drink, which is all made here in French Polynesia. And of course, you're going to want to take some of those things home. So that's one of the things I would tell you to stop by for your souvenirs. Anyhow, hopefully that gives you a little bit of the overview. You're going to want to see the food trucks, of course, downtown by the harbor. Great place for dinner. The food's good, reasonable. And of course, you're right downtown in Papeete for the cathedral, to see the Marché market and so forth. Just all sorts of little things right there in the heart of Papeete. But anyhow, hopefully that gives you a little idea of things not to miss while you're visiting the Big Island of Tahiti. And again, so many people don't ever see those things. Enough said. You guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye-bye. Arataki mai yamato